Hello and welcome back to One Way Designs 238. Let's jump right into today's project. For DIY number one, I am using these, I guess they're called octagon shaped or hexagon, don't really know. But I'm using these pieces of wood, wooden pieces from the Michaels that I picked up during the holiday season. And I'm giving it a really nice coat of the white chalk paint. It was originally colored a silver color, but that's not gonna go with what we're doing for today. And you guys, you can pick these up at Michael's for only 99 cents. I absolutely love these things. So once I have given this a really nice coat of the white chalk paint, I'm going to set this aside and I'm going to go ahead and let this dry. So while this is drying, I'm going to go ahead and give these pieces a nice coat of my antique wax. Now I picked these up from Hobby Lobby and I got them from the wooden section, of course. And all I'm doing is sanding the bottom of them just to be sure that they're nice and flush, because there's a little piece that will make them wobbly. So once everything is nice and smooth and flat on the bottom, I'm just going to go ahead and again give these a coat of my antique wax. And all I do with this is I just simply take a brush or a cloth, I just dab it on and I wipe most of it away just so that wood grain can really show through. So once these pieces have been done, I'm going to go ahead and get one of these glass fish bowls from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to go ahead and use my combination of hot glue and my Gorilla Clear Group glue just to adhere these to the bottom. You can do these in a group of 3, or you can do them in groups of 4 like I did. And if you're brave, you can really attempt to do 1, but I ain't that brave, y'all. I hope you all are having a great day so far, and I really hope that you are enjoying this video. If you all are enjoying it, please leave me a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you're not subscribed. Please hit the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any of my upcoming videos. You guys, I love interacting with you, and I love bringing you fresh new ideas. So now I'm going to bring in the piece that we just painted white, and I'm going to adhere the wooden pieces to that foundation piece. And again, using the same combination of hot glue and the strong adhesive. How simple and how easy is this DIY, y'all? So once I've given that a little bit of time just to set up, I'm going to take some of these soaking bath salts from the Dollar Tree. And these are really wonderful as an alternative to rocks because I didn't have many rocks to use because I was stash crafting, you guys. So these bath salts from Dollar Tree really do work. I love the texture of them. I love the look of them. And I also love the fragrance of them. So I've placed some of this in the bottom and I'm also placing some in the top. And what I've done with the top is I have placed a candle down into that salt, the bath salt. And what that will do is when that candle is lit, it will really let off and give off that really nice aroma of whatever scent your bath salts are. So just to finish this up and add a bit of decoration, I'm just adding some eucalyptus and we're finished, you guys. How easy was that? So, of course, you know, I like to elevate my products. I thought I was done, y'all, but I forgot about this part. So I'm taking some of these little wooden cubes from the Dollar Tree, from Crafter's Square section. And again, just putting these at each point, and this just elevates it so that it's not scratching my tabletop or my surface. And once we are complete with that, the project is done. How cute, how easy, how simple. So now moving on to DIY number 2. Again, we are going to use the same wooden octagons or hexagons, whatever it's called. What is it called, y'all? Let me know down in the description box. Well, not description box, comment section, y'all. I'm using the same wooden pieces. I'm going to use two of these, and this is after I have removed the metal bracket from the back and also the twine hanger, which they do come off quite easily. So after these have been removed, everything is nice and clean. If you have to sand it down a bit, feel free to do so. I'm going to take both of these and I'm going to attach them using my glue combination. I really love using these wooden pieces because they give such a nice modern feel and a modern look to your decor. So now that these two have been attached, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my antique wax and I'm going to give this a nice coat and I'm going to rub it off to again show that really nice wood grain. And you guys, you saw the thumbtacks because I was planning on using it to embellish it, but then I said, that ain't gonna look right. So I decided to do something totally different. Am I the only one that when you're putting together a craft, you got it together in your mind, but then when you start putting it together, it's like a whole color of a different horse or horse of a different color. There we go. So again, using the little square pieces of wood from the Dollar Tree Craft a Square section just to bring some elevation to my project. If y'all can't tell, I love them. Some people love the beads. I love these little cubes. So to give the next piece or next dimension a little bit of height, I'm taking 6 of these tumbling tower block game pieces and I'm just going to glue 3 of them together and then I'm going to glue another 3 together and just glue them together on top of each other. No, I did more than 3. I think I did 9. But you can do this to however, whatever height variation you would like. Once that piece is done, I'll call it a riser, so to speak. I'm just going to glue that down in the middle. And you guys, I found these really cute candle holders from the Dollar Tree and I had to pick them up. They're so fresh and modern. I just love them. So I'm taking that particular candle holder and I am adhering it to the wooden piece that we just added to the bottom of this project. And again, adhering it with my glue combination. And I'm going to adhere to the top of this with this nice glass. I don't know what it's called. I'll just say this glass vase from the Dollar Tree. I absolutely love it. I think it adds a nice elegance to it, but it's still clean and sophisticated because of the glass. So now I'm going to bring in some of these white rocks, and you may recognize this from my last video, but I'm bringing in some of these beautiful white rocks just to fill in the bottom. And this is going to, again, take our project to another level. So once those are filled in, you see inside the glass vase, I just went ahead and used some of those traditional colored river rocks, so to speak, filled that vase, and I added some greenery on top. Well, a succulent. And to the bottom, I'm just going to add some pieces of the miniature succulents. And at the end, you'll see how this comes together. But I think it came out really pretty. So for DIY number 3, you guys, this is a trash to treasure. I was at my friend's house and she had these round pieces of cardboard. And I said, what you going to do with them? She said, throw them away. I said, no, let me have them. So you see what I have done is I've taken these 2 pieces, I adhered them together using my popsicles and hot glue. On the inside, that is. So now to cover up that crease and to give me a bit more stability, I'm going to go over the crease with this masking tape, and I'm actually going to cover the whole outside of it with this masking tape. It kind of reminded me of elementary school when we used to do paper mache. And when I am at the very top or the end, the edge of that cardboard piece, I'm making sure that I am very, very meticulous as to how close I am to the edge to make sure that it's spot on and exactly where it needs to be. So you guys, the Dollar Tree does have a, how can you say, knockoff of the uh, Cricut um, tools, you know, and that's what I use to smooth out my masking tape to make sure that all the air bubbles and creases were gone. So now I'm giving this a nice coat of chalk paint. And the reason is to make sure that my next mixture is going to adhere properly to this project and not fall off. And you guys, I must say, this is the chalk paint from Hobby Lobby, the folk art brand. And I was really thoroughly impressed with it. And again, I am making sure to put some of the paint down on the very inside lip. You guys, when we're talking about making projects that don't look like they've been DIY'd or they look very high end, so to speak, um, that extra mile, going that extra step is what really makes your project stand out and look totally amazing. So now once that chalk paint is dry, I'm going to take some of this spackling from the Dollar Tree and I'm going to mix it with the chalk paint. Now with this, you can make this as chunky or as silky or loose or as thick as you would like. Me, I wanted it a little bit in between because I wanted to give this project some really nice texture. So once I have gotten the mixture to the right consistency, I'm just going to go ahead and bring my sponge brush, in, and just paint this on. Now you can use different stroke techniques if you wanted to. You could dab it on with a sponge. You could take a bristled brush, a chip brush. The possibilities are endless with this. Take this and make it your own creation. So once I have completely covered it, I've set this aside overnight and I let it dry. So what I'm going to do now is I am going to take some of this foam core board. I've traced around the bottom of the project. I did about 5 or 6 of those discs. I glued them together, and now I'm just going to glue the bottom of the project to the 5 or 6 rounds that we have glued together. And to cover this and to give some more texture to this, I'm just going to simply cover this with some of this beautiful nautical rope. So what I did to start the end of it is I snipped it off at a really nice deep angle. And this is going to allow the transition to be even smoother when we are continuously wrapping this around. So the pieces of foam core board that we used to cut out those rounds, don't throw those away because we're going to use them. And I'm going to show you how in just a second. When I'm attaching this rope, make sure that you put some rope on the foam core board as well as the rope itself, just to make sure that nothing is slipping and moving. So now here comes some of the styrofoam that I've gotten from work. They were going to throw it away. I said, let me have it. And here are these of the foam core board that I said don't throw away. As you see, I'm just simply cutting it down into shape just to be sure that it can fit down into our container. So after I have gotten a nice stack of these, I'm going to take one of those wooden dowels. I've cut it down to size to put down in the middle of our styrofoam and our foam core pieces, just to make sure that we have some stability. And once those are together, I'm going to glue this into the bottom of our planter. Well, faux planter, that is. And I have some of these styrofoam rounds. This was in my stash from the Dollar Tree. I cut them down to size, and I ended up using 2 instead of 1, you guys. And once I cut them down to size, I just glued them down on the inside. And of course, it would not be a One-Way Designs 238 project if I did not use my square wooden cubes to put on the bottom, again, to add some height to the project. So now that this is almost complete, you guys, what I'm going to do is take this piece of succulent that I found from Michael's. You know, I told you about that in my last video. I stick this down in the middle, and I just take some of these beautiful river rocks, and I just put them around it. And you guys, this project is complete. So now I want to show you all three of our projects put together. Here is the grand finale. I think these projects came out absolutely wonderful. Look at that planter. The texture on the outside of it is just gorgeous. This piece that we created with the fish globe, I think that's just really unique. Again, that planter, I must say, is by far my favorite for today. It just looks so high end to me. It's almost like boutique finished. And this one here, I must say I like it as well, because the freshness of the glass, well, the cleanness of the glass, the freshness of the greenery, the cleanness of those lines, everything just came together even better than what I thought. So you guys, I hope that you really enjoyed today's projects. And as well as always, my prayer for you is that you continue to stay healthy, that you continue to stay blessed. You guys, I hope that you enjoyed it. Until next time, be blessed.